Shalom. This is a new Yeshua Israel at Hebron Island 2. Today's video is called Israel. Stop taking L's. Stop taking L's. Means losing. We have lost many games and battles with our biblical enemies, the aka heathen Gentiles, but not acknowledging our enemies. By not acknowledging our enemies, by trusting our enemies, also by looking at the heathens as our equals. Israel, many of our people definitely are suffering from that mental disorder called Stockholm Syndrome. Let me read it to you. Here's the definition of Stockholm Syndrome. Feeling of trust or affection felt in many cases of kidnapping or hostage taking by a victim toward a captor. These demons took us hostage on our own land in the Americas, which is the real old world. The history books, the maps, everything is a lie. They seized us, the Catholic Church, Columbus, Spain, and Portugal, and the rest of these demonic heathens. Our Negro Christian brothers and sisters, Muslim Negroes, atheists, Negroes, Messianic, Hebrew, Israelite Negroes are a major part of us losing the game, losing the battle, and taking the L's. They don't acknowledge we have an enemy. They trust our enemy and look at them as our equals. These demonic collaborators are a key element to the L's we have taken and continue to take because of their demonic, twisted mind frame. Now, for you Messianic Hebrews that hate our enemies, I'm not talking to you, but I'm talking about all the other Messianics that are just like the Christians, which is the desire of the Negro Christian and Messianic Hebrew to be like, act like the Grecians, aka heathens, to forsake their power, which is the Most High, and His laws. We Torah Tanakh Israelites know that we have biblical enemies forever. We don't trust our enemies and definitely know we are above these beasts of the fields. But our wayward, backwards, demonic, collaborating brethren don't feel the same as we do. And they have not gotten the biblical memo still today. Come with me to Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 6. Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 6. This is what it says. For thou art a holy people unto the Most High thy Elohim. The Most High hath chosen thee to be a special people unto Himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. We are above them. Verse 7 in Deuteronomy chapter 7. The Most High did not set His love upon you, nor chose you because you were more in number than any people, for ye were the fewest of all people. Verse 8 of Deuteronomy chapter 7. But because the Most High loved you, and because He would keep the oath which He had sworn unto your fathers, hath the Most High brought you out with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house of bondage, from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. We are above all other people upon the face of the earth. So we are not equal. Stop treating them like they are equal in some type of way, form, or shape. Come with me to Exodus chapter 19 verse 5. Exodus 19 verse 5. Now therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine. We are not the same. You Negro Christians, you think we are the same. And some of you Messianic Hebrews think we're the same as the Gentiles. No, we are not. Come with me, Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 15. Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 15 is what it says. Only the Most High had a delight in thy fathers to love them, and He chose their seed after them, even you above all people, as it is this day. Even to this day, 2019, the Most High said we are above all the people. So biblically, we can never be equal But Christian Negroes and Messianic Hebrews view the script differently. It's over their head. It's above their pay grade. If they truly believe the law and the prophets, especially when Isaiah penned in Isaiah 40 verse 15 and 17, let me go over it right now with you. Isaiah chapter 40 verse 15 and 17, this is how it reads in the King James. Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket, and are counted as a small dust of the balance. Behold, he taketh up the isle as a very little thing. Verse 17 of Isaiah 40. All nations before him, and to him is the Most High, are as nothing, and they are counted to him less than nothing and vanity. If our collaborating brothers and sisters, Negro Christian, Messianic Hebrews, atheists, Muslims, would grasp the words of the major prophet Isaiah, they would know that the heathens are regarded as less than nothing and vanity by the Creator of all flesh. They would realize these lawless beasts are hated by the Most High and are counted to him as nothing. So how could we be equal? Come with me to Psalm 5:5. Come with me to Psalms 5:5. The foolish shall not stand in thy sight. That's the Most High, in his sight. Thou hatest all workers of iniquity. He hates the sin and the sinner, a.k.a. heathens. And then the lawless Hebrew Israelites. He actually hates them. Come me to Psalm 11:5. Psalm 11:5. The Most High trieth the righteous, but the wicked and him that loveth violence is so hated. As you can see, the Gentile heathens, Elohim hates with a passion. Their entire history track record is plagued with violence and destruction. Yes or no? And you know the answer is yes. Just turn on the news right now and you'll see they only violence toward the Negro, which is the Hebrew Israelite. So if you believe the scriptures, Israelite, you should know we have enemies past and present and are many. Stop saying we have no enemies. Stop saying they are our equals. Call me to Psalm 25:19. Psalm 25:19. This is King David. Consider my enemies with an S, for they are many, and they hate me with cruel hatred. The words of King David ring out to the regular Hebrew Israelite today. All the nations hate us with a cruel hatred. So he's crying out to the Most High, consider my enemies, Most High, for they are many. When are you going to get on board with King David, Israelite? Having a world mind frame, a weak mind frame of getting along, forgiving our biblical enemies is a perfect way to keep taking the L's, the losses. This is what heathens say to us without words, but in deceptive action and trickery. The true physical Israelites are only Negroes, or the true Aboriginal Native Indians of the Americas. Not just America, North America, South America, Mexico, Peru, Brazil, and Caribbean islands, and all over those places. You lose the very first game when you choose to train me by your side. This is the slogan of our enemies. You lose the first game. You take the L when you choose to train me by your side. You crazy and weak Negroes love to cuddle up to the heathens and desire above all for them to accept you as a person. Why would you want acknowledgement from a people group classified by the Most High as less than nothing and vanity? Why? I will tell you, because you are weak and you are the homeborn slaves. You're not locked in chains, but in a collaborating, get along type of mind frame. They are not our equals and beneath us as the beast of the field. When are you going to get the memo? The heathen Gentile beasts use our biblical heritage and knowledge against us to destroy us. They don't want to build us up, but only tear us down. They have built their entire world society to keep us in sin and violating the laws of the Most High, who is the only power of the physical Israelites, aka Negro. I will give you the highlights of a perfect biblical example of one of our esteemed brethren who succumbed to the heathens as these wicked Negro Christians and Messianic Hebrews, bootlicking Israelites, turncoats do today. When you read the biblical account of Samson in Judges chapter 13 to Judges chapter 16, and you need to read it on your own, it reveals the identical instruction methods path to losing, to taking the L's to our biblical enemies, which are still doing this today to us. Taking the L's. Let me read it to you. Come with me to Judges chapter 13. We're going to read from verse 1, verse 5. And I'm going to sum it up because I want you to read on your own. Judges chapter 13 all the way up to Judges chapter 16 explains the whole story. The whole biblical account, excuse me. Judges 13, 1 and 5. And the children of Israel did evil again. Let me read it again. And the children of Israel did evil again in the sight of the Most High. Hebrew, there is nothing new under the sun. And the Most High delivered them into the hands of the Philistines 40 years. That's why we're in the hands of the Gentiles, because we continue to do evil. Verse 5 of Judges 13. For lo, thou shalt conceive and bear a son, and no razor shall come on his head, for the child shall be a Nazarite unto Elohim from the womb, and he shall begin to deliver Israel out of the hands of the Philistines. I'm not going to read the full story because you should study to show yourself approved. But here is a summary of what occurred. Delilah, a heathen mistress, is loved by Samson. Okay, I believe you can have a concubine. Don't love them. Who possessed great superhuman strength. X-Men type of strength. He served as the final judge of Israel. His heathen mistress is easily bribed because all heathens succumb to wickedness, evil deception, trickery, death, and etc. The heathens can't help it. It's a part of them. She was bribed by her fellow Philistine brethren to discover the source of Samson's strength. After 3 failed attempts of trickery, Samson, why are you much stronger than other men? Tell me, how could the Philistine curb your strength and protect themselves against you? This is what she kept repeating to Samson. She asked these questions 3 times, and Samson lied to her every time. He deceived her every time. Some Israelites might be quick to say or add or be an Israelite man-hater and say, see, Samson, an important figure in Israel, he's a liar. But wait, hater, Israelite, but wait. Come with me to Micah 7 verse 5. Micah 7 verse 5. Trust ye not in a friend, put ye not confidence in a guide. Keep the doors of thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom. Delilah was a mistress sleeping with Moses. You Israelite women today, you sleep with the Israelite man. You're in his bosom. Verse 10 of Micah chapter 7. Verse 10, Micah chapter 7. Then she that is my enemy shall see it, and be shamed shall cover her, which said unto me, where is thy Elohim? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now she shall be trodden down as the mire of the streets. So the minor prophet instructs the men not to reveal all the women, especially the heathen women. Hold on. He's instructing us, the minor prophet, trust ye not in a friend, keep the doors of thy mouth from her. So he's telling us he's telling us not to open your mouth and reveal our biblical secrets unto heathen women, Israelite women, especially the ones that are not keeping the law. Do not reveal all the secrets to them. So the minor prophet instructs the men not to reveal all the things, especially to the heathen women, and be careful with some Israelite women, because a lot of Israelite women are really not on board. They're tricking us too. Come with me to Proverbs 31:3. Proverbs 31:3. Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. Proverbs 31:3 again. Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. That ways are everything else that you could think of. Because women can destroy even kings and kingdoms by revealing things like Delilah revealed the secrets of Samson to the Philistines and got him killed and destroyed, and Israel back in captivity and downtrodden. This is why the Bible instructs men that is not always prudent to reveal everything to women. But I say this with no disrespect to the Israelite women who are law keepers and support the flock of the Most High. And you can find out who's the flock of the Most High in Ezekiel chapter 34, verse 31. Go there and read it for yourself. The flock of the Most High are the men. You can be trusted. You law-keeping Israelites. You are not the typical crazy woman of the world. You are the precious jewels of the earth. But for 99% of the rest of the women, we can't trust them. Don't reveal the secrets. So to me, Samson should have continued to lead that witch in the wrong direction. I tell you the story of Samson because these elements that I will reveal to you are still at play today with our brethren and sisters when it comes to dealing and viewing, becoming buddies with our many enemies of the physical Israelites, which are only the Negroes. This is what Delilah did to Samson, and this is what the heathens do to the physical Israelites today. It makes us weak. It makes us to lose and keep taking the L's and to destroy us. Now, let me give you a few of the key things that Delilah put on Samson, that the heathen Gentiles of today are putting on us. I'm gonna list 4 of them. Write them down. Tell me if I'm not lying. Number 1. This is what Delilah said to Samson in a form, in a way, and this is how the heathens do to us and say to us without even words. Tell me your greatest strength so I know how to best undermine you. The heathens want to know everything about us to undermine us. Yes or no? Number 2, tell me your greatest fear so I will know which one to force you to face. This is what the heathens do to us. This is what Delilah did to Samson. Number 3, tell me what you cherish the most so I will know what to take from you. The heathens know what to take from us. They want to know what we cherish. They know the true Israelites, Negroes, true Aboriginal, Native Indians cherish the laws of the Most High. Only to love the Most High. To be obedient to the Most High. So they do everything to take it from us. Putting pork fumes in the air, lacing all the food with pork substances to make us in sin. The list goes on and on. Number 4, tell me what you crave so I might deny you, then you will be destroyed. This is what they do to the Israelite. Negro, when will you get tired of taking the L? When will you get tired of taking the L? This Bible is our history and law book. It has revealed the plan for us to be successful. To be successful. We must love our Elohim alone. There's no Savior outside of him. We must keep his laws. We must recognize our enemies are many and act accordingly. Their plan for us is to take L's, to lose, to have Elohim be angry with us every day, trying to destroy us in the process. Do not reveal nothing to the heathens. We don't have to teach the heathens nothing now. Just let us be the example of his chosen people, which are above all people. They will see and learn by our actions and our biblical conduct. They don't have the same salvation as physical Israelites. Never. That's not what the law teaches. That's not what the prophets teach. Their future lot is perpetual slavery and subjugation under the Israelite nation. And it's fitting. Look what they have done to the world. Look what they have done to the world. There's too many things to list. Too many demonic evil things to list. In the kingdom, they will keep the law as slaves only. So don't worry about them and stop telling them our biblical secrets. The scriptures were only given to us. They will never come to the full truth of it now. So you don't have to tell them. We will be winners, not losers. Stop taking the L's. Stop having the brethren take the L. Their plan, like Delilah with Samson, is to make us lose, then destroy us. Come with me, and I close here, Psalm 147, 19 and 20. He showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any of the nations. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Most High. We don't have to tell them, stop taking L's. Hopefully this was edifying. Until next time. This is a new Yeshua in Israel. Hebrew on the island too. Till next time.